Why are we so afraid to be different? That's my question for all of you. Why are we so afraid to be different? Why is it such a bad thing to be different from someone? I get people all the time, oh, you're different, you can't walk, you must be stupid. Or like somebody that has Down syndrome, oh, they're slow, they're not smart. But in reality, they're some of the smartest people on the planet. So I just don't understand our way of thinking sometimes. I look at some of these people on these live streams, and it's honestly crazy to me that these kids are going to be the ones that reproduce because they don't have common sense. And I feel bad for their parents, to be honest with you. I feel bad for their parents because at the end of the day, I'm sure their parents tried to do a good job in raising them, but the reality is they didn't do a good job in raising them. And I hate to say that, but like, if you're going to sit there and say somebody with a disability is not as smart as someone else, clearly you're the one that's not smart. And don't get me wrong, a lot of what I hear on these live streams is just that. Oh, you're not smart. Oh, you're not this, you're not that. And it's like, I understand people on these live streams, 90% of them, they are probably drunk or high. I get that 100%. I understand that. I mean, you go into it knowing that's probably the case. But the thing is when I look at these live streams and when I look at these people within these live streams, it's really irritating for me because, look, at the end of the day, just because someone is different doesn't give you a reason to chastise them. 9 times out of 10, when, people tell me I'm different, I just play stupid. I'm like, oh, really? Thanks for telling me, because I never would have known that I was in a wheelchair and I can't run around this room. But now that you told me that, like, yeah, you saved my life. Clearly I'm kidding here, guys, but listen, at the end of the day, being different isn't a bad thing. Quite frankly, like, the people that say, oh, I'm so sorry that, like, you have to deal with all these things, it makes me laugh because at the end of the day, what they don't understand is you don't know any better when you're different from other people. I mean, obviously, it's a little bit more of a big deal when you were a little kid, right? Because when you were a little kid, you're still learning things about the world. You're still learning things about people. You're still learning those people skills that you need in order to be successful. You're just starting to make friends. So when you're little, it's a little bit more prominent and a little bit more, I don't know what the word is, but it's more out in the open, I guess you could say. But to me, being different was never really a bad thing because, again, you don't know any better. You just do what you gotta do. That's why when I get people coming up to me and, wanting to hand me money because at the end of the day they say they feel bad for me, what does money have to do with any of it? I mean, if anything, that's insulting because like I told you guys in a previous video, I had a guy give me a $2 bill, and it's like, what am I gonna do with $2? Like, at least give me a fucking $20 bill, right? But it's one of those things that, like, being different never really occurred to me as being a bad thing because it's really not. And if we could embrace the fact that we are different and embrace the fact that we have different circumstances than anyone else, I think we're going to be better off in the long run because, like I said, I don't want to be in a scenario where I'm just like everybody else. So, my suggestion to all the people that struggle with this idea that they're different from other people, and don't get me wrong, as I said, I know it could be very difficult. I know when you're trying to build a social network, it's extremely difficult to be different from other people. Like, I get that 1,000,000%. But the thing is, if you can change the narrative and turn it into something positive, you are going to be a lot more successful. Like, if somebody picks on you for being different, you just say to them, you know what, I'm cool with it. If you're not cool with it, you don't have to be around me. You know, I always tell people, this is exactly what I tell people. I always tell them to be the bigger person and walk away because I can't do it. You know, but again, if you can make a joke out of it and you can get people laughing, you are going to figure out that laughter truly is one of those things that is a really good medicine, because at the end of the day, it takes the focus off of you. And if you can make people laugh about something that you're going through specifically, it changes the game for you, right? Because now they're laughing at what you're saying. They're not laughing directly at you. They're laughing because what you're saying is making them laugh. So if you can turn being different into something that is a positive, I think people are going to realize that it changes the game. Again, that's part of the reason I started doing stand-up, is because I knew a person in my position wasn't going to be the type of guy that typically does stand-up comedy, because I'm not going to be the guy that goes on the stage. The reality is, like I told you, I perform at JP's Comedy Club, and listen, they do the best they can, but at the end of the day, I don't go up on stage because I can't. And he told me straight out, I've never had a situation like yours. I mean, credit to Jim. Jim has been absolutely amazing. I love the guy to death, and if you haven't checked Jim out, please do so. He has a comedy club called JP's Comedy Club. You can find him online. You can follow him on Instagram, on YouTube. You know, he's just a great guy. If you haven't seen him, he's an absolute riot. He will make you laugh. He will keep you rolling. And he's one of the nicest people in this world. So I highly suggest giving him a look, and hopefully you like him as much as I do. But, you know, going back to what I was saying, it's one of those things that, you know, he's been really, really understanding, and he's been really supportive of me wanting to take this journey, and he realizes that my circumstance is much different than what people are used to. But he also wants to see me succeed. And the thing is, you can be different. It's okay to be different. Embrace the fact that you are different, because, again, you don't want to be just like everybody else. I can promise you that. You want to build that own identity. You want to make people like you for who you are, not who they want you to be. If you like this video, guys, please like and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Be nice to each other and be sure to build each other up. This is the CP Comic, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.